You can hear moaning and groaning coming from hundreds of throats directly above you.
Oh boy.
That doesn't exactly sound very good.
That does not inspire confidence.
Morning Glory looks at you and just, oh, don't worry, it's perfectly safe. And she starts climbing up.
No, we don't have sanctuary spells on us.
Oh, you won't need them, she says, as she's about halfway up the ladder.
Well, alright then.
I'm gonna try a sense motive. Something seems off here.
Okay, roll for it.
Yeah. Arya's gonna do a similar thing. She's not gonna get very far with it, but she's gonna try.
Yeah, same with Heaven.
She's really not gonna get very far
How
with
are
it.
you a bard and you don't have points in sense motive?
Wisdom. Wisdom of 0.
Remember, she's a trainee bard, and she took off before getting any of the cool training.
This is true.
Fuck's sake. Okay. Morning Glory is not lying to you in any way, though she does seem to know something that she's not bothering to tell you or forgot to tell you. But she's up at the top of the ladder now, and she's pushing aside the manhole cover, or I guess it's pony hole cover, whatever.
I'm going to tell Wild to stay close to her
Will do.
as I start climbing up after.
I'll start climbing up after him.
Right. As you pull yourselves up to the street surface, the hundreds of undead around this plaza go berserk. Dozens of ghouls throw themselves against an invisible barrier perhaps 20 feet away. That is the only thing keeping you among the living right now. While hundreds of mindless zombies just attempt to batten down the invisible fence with absolutely no success. Behind you is an impressive-looking temple to the two sisters, about 4 stories high from the bottom floor to the top of its hollow dome, which absolutely dominates the plaza built around it. Suddenly you hear a voice from the temple shout, "Well, don't just stand there, you fools! You're going to aggravate them! Come inside, quickly!"
You could have told us about that before.
Oh, gee, that's rude.
As Heaven starts heading into the temple.
Yep, Arya's gonna scoot her boot right forward.
And let me change the scene.
Suddenly there's nothing.
Yeah, it takes a while for the
No, you need
Time
to
is
scroll
it?
up to get
9?
to the temple.
Yeah. Right. So this temple is distinctly larger than the one you visited in Brittle Fort. It's about 4 stories high and maybe 3 times as big on the ground. It is also completely packed with people. You walk through the front doors, and there are ponies and humanoids scattered just everywhere, lying on the floors, like sleeping in the pews, all sorts of things like that. Morning Glory leads you into the sanctuary, and then through it behind the altar there's a door leading into a hallway. She opens up, walks down it, and then opens one of the doors on the side, and it leads into a small office. There is a human female here. You'd say she's probably about a 60 or 70, graying hair. She's wearing the orange and white robes of a matron of the Sun Queen. She looks up from the desk she's sitting at as you enter, and she says, "Oh, Morning Glory. When you didn't return, we all feared the worst for you. Were you able to reach Fort Winifred? Or were you able to reach Fort Winnie?" And Morning Glory says, "No, Matron Winifred. I had an accident down the sewers, and these kind ponies came and rescued me."
Yep, no need to thank us. We're just amazing.
We're on our way from the fort, and they wanted us to come and see how you all were doing, and possibly evacuate you to the fort.
The matron says, "Oh, that is fortunate news indeed. We've been rather well protected here behind the consecration of the temple. The undead can't get past it, but we are running low on food and supplies. Tell me, do you have a safe way to evacuate all of these people to the
it's a bit
fort?"
filled, but it's fine.
Well, so far the plan is at the fort is to try to create a path to the docks, and from there evacuate everyone onto the ships.
But first, we're going to use the sewers to get into the fort.
Yeah. The sewers seem to be mostly safe as long as you have enough guardians.
Don't worry, we beat up all the zombies.
Yeah, aside from like the 4
That's why I said
areas of
mostly
dead
safe,
corpses
Paul.
you ran across.
I said
No, I know
mostly
where we're at.
safe.
We beat him up.
It's not quite like the
Well,
thousands that are outside
we-
their gates right
We
now.
cleared a path. That's better than nothing.
Yeah. Okay, so the matron says,
Wait, for
that's excellent news to
supplies.
hear then.
Would some hardtack and salted pork help in the meantime?
Yes, it would indeed, young stallion. And she motions to Morning Glory. Morning Glory, show the stallion to the kitchen, would you?
Did you bring the stuff we found? Well,
There
barrels.
wasn't any like food in that.
No, it
So
was
we
in
have
the
seen
were-rats
salted
area.
pork.
We had the barrels.
Oh,
full
the
of-
were-rats. Oh, yeah.
We would have taken a little bit.
So you tell her. I guess you tell her about that, and she tasks a few of the priests to go down and fetch some.
Also, I want to. Before I ask this, did anyone take Infernal?
No.
As a language? No.
Yes.
Yes.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause we
that's
had
the
a few
weird
notes
language
written in
that
front.
Wild woke up spouting
Alright.
to you.
Remember, we had acquired a few notes written in Infernal.
No, the notes were written in code, not infernal.
Oh, I thought it was like some sort of code based on a abyssal language. But,
No, it was just like a cipher.
Okay. Oh, and I can still ask. Do they have anyone that knows any code? That
That's
Works
a
in
good
cryptology.
question. I don't know. Maybe there's someone who does like Book of the Sun code or something.
yeah, someone who's experienced in cryptology.
There might be. I'm just gonna
Like-
roll for it.
Yeah, I'm not holding out too much hope. If
Yeah,
there's more likely to be in the fort, we can give those notes to someone.
Yeah. So do you ask her that, or
Yeah, I
okay?
off chance.
The matron thinks for a minute and says, "Brother, Brother Zaxxon has a bit of a casual interest in ciphers. He may be able to help you."
Okay, I probably have. Actually, I probably should hold on to it for the fort because they actually have someone trained.
Yeah,
in
they actually have like guards there who have familiarity with
Well, more than
criminal
familiarity,
ciphers.
their purpose is to crack code. But yeah,
Yes, we should be able to evacuate most of the refugees here. Though I fear some are either wounded or too old to safely traverse the ladder out down to the sewers.
Get unicorns, right? They can just lower them down.
Yes, I suppose that would work.
You seem pretty quick to leave people here.
What was that?
She seems pretty quick to leave people here.
Oh, she's 70. She's not looking forward to climbing down a ladder.
Yeah, well, I imagine she'd be looking less forward to being eaten by zombies. You know, potato, potato.
Yeah. The entire temple has like a magic circle against evil thing around it because of a hallow.
You know, she won't be able to survive forever. She ran out of food or something. She said, anyway, moving on. So yeah, that's done. We've got to the temple. We've work out how to evacuate them.
Do they need anything that they need us to grab before they start the trek, or is this just
Like
happening?
any cask of communion wine.
There is no fucking communion wine.
Are you sure?
They used it all to make fire bombs in the early stages
Communion
of the siege.
vodka.
Oh, do they have any holy water?
Communion
that they can spare?
vodka.
Yeah,
This
that's
isn't
good. I can do
the
that.
Eastern Orthodox Church. And
Do they have
even the
any
Eastern
holy water?
I
Orthodox Church is
apologize
that
to anyone
crazy.
who may actually be Orthodox here.
Well, I guess the
I
important question for
apologize.
Skull is: are there any dwarven priests here?
They might have sake.
Holy sake? No.
Involved in this Japanese.
Dwarven
Or-
holy water.
Or whatever.
That's Tolkienish.
How about regular holy water? Can we get regular holy water?
I was asking that.
So are you
I'm trying
you're
to bring
asking
them back to
Patreon
your
for regular holy
intelligent
water, not
question.
communion wine or something?
Yes, I'm asking if they have any holy water.
Yes, I could have a few vials prepared for you.
Thank you.
Hey, wait. Question. If they turned the communion wine into fire bombs, would that make them holy fire bombs?
Probably.
Like holy water, but in alchemist fire form?
I think that's actually a thing.
Probably a thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's
Honestly, wine probably doesn't really burn hot enough to do much
It-
of anything, but yeah.
It doesn't burn
So
really at all.
What are we gonna do now, guys?
Okay. I think you're going to be
That's
assisting
up to you.
them getting over to the, back over to the fort.
Right, to the fort. Yes, that's what we're gonna do.
Is there something else that we need?
Otto's making it sound like he's got ulterior motives.
Well, considering he's been talking to me with private whispers, perhaps. I just don't know where he's going with this yet. Okay, well, whatever. In the meanwhile, you guys are gonna start getting ready to head back on to the fort.
Yep.
So, between you, the temple priests, and a squad of the town militia that managed to end up in the fort, you managed to get the refugees more or less organized and keep the tunnel mostly secure when you are ferrying people through it. It takes you about 2 hours to get everyone through, but by the end of that, you are what?
Did anyone slip while they were walking through and fall into the sewers, into the poop?
No.
Oh,
But at the end of that period of time, the last of you climbs up the ladder into the fort, into Fort Winnie.
Yeah.
hey,
And
check what's his face? We brought back people, and we found some construction supplies.
We also found our where-at, who had a note written in code.
right, so you wander into the fort, wander up to Commander Centurion Aegis's office, and knock on it. She opens the door after a moment. She says, "Oh, you're back. Did you manage to find the? Did you manage to find the temple?"
Yes.
Well, considering the people
uh,
around us.
Most of the
yeah.
rest of the refugees came here. From the
Oh, that's
temple.
excellent news.
While we were exploring in the sewers, we apparently found this. We found a where-at.
He was talking about he's strict about the master or some of that nonsense. I think I can't remember.
Yes. He apparently shouted something about we won't disrupt his master's plans, attacked us, tried to run away, and then we killed him.
And cut off his head. Just to make
And
sure
he
it
had
didn't
this
come back.
note on him, and I passed it off to her.
She takes the note.
We were hoping
And
you
she
could
looks
have
at it.
one of your specialists break the code.
Well, my cohort doesn't really have any of our intelligence specialists attached to it. you might have better luck asking some of the local militia. This looks to be some sort of a criminal cipher, but I can certainly take a look at it.
Oh, can't hurt. I remember the head priest mentioning something about one of their clergy being.
And no, that roll she's not going to do. She looks at the note, peers at it really hard, and says, I think it says something about remembering to buy roast gravy.
Yeah, I don't think that's. Yeah. Yeah, well,
Grocery list web. Yes, you
I'm
all
guessing Wild
killed
takes
a
a look at
rat
this and
over
anything.
his grocery list.
No, we
Hey,
killed
maybe
him
it's
over
an
his
evil
rapier.
grocery list.
That's going on the list.
that specialist that, well, the guy that knows knows this sort of stuff. Okay, but yes, Centurion Aegis, do you have an idea how we're going to ferry these people over to the docks yet?
I still think we should set fire to the building. That'll distract the zombies.
Set fire to a stone fort.
No, to some buildings. I know they're talking about the fort.
I thought you said the building, as in the one
No,
you're in.
some building.
I thought he was talking about the bay.
Yeah, I'm going to set the whole bay on fire. That'll certainly facilitate getting the ships of refugees out.
But does Centurion Aegis have a plan yet?
She looks down at the map she's got in her desk, and she's got like a few figurines there, like little like wood carved.
Oh, she's playing
Figures
D&D
of,
without us?
It's like a tactical map, but
I know.
So she's playing Warhammer.
no, she's playing War Machine. You scrub.
Who plays War Machine?
I'm offended. How dare she play Warhammer?
How dare she play War Machine?
No, she's like, she's got like a few like tokens, like some whittled from wood and like a zombie, and some whittled like a centurion, and she's been apparently hashing out some sort of plan. She looks down the map and looks up at you, and she's like, well, I might have an idea or two, but I think they need a bit more work. At any rate, we've got enough food here for at least a few more weeks, so we're in pretty good condition here, especially if we manage to salvage anything from any of the houses. Let's see. Other than that,
did they bring the supplies that we'd recommended from downstairs, or did the priests mysteriously never return?
they brought the supplies back, and then you kind of hauled them back to the fort. So you've got like maybe a few more days' supplies.
Actually,
The
what we did was-
2,000 or so people you're trying to feed off 6 boxes of hardtack and a box of ham.
no, what we did, Paul, was that we got those priests who brought it up. We then made them take it back down, just to maybe look a little bit of, you know.
Sure.
Well, let's go find someone that knows how to break the code.
Shincher
Let's start
in
interrogating
Aegis,
those-
chews her lip for a second. She says, actually, you said a were-rat? I think, doesn't Brittleford have a bit of a ongoing problem with those?
Do they? I don't know. I was only
Maybe we just could have stopped in.
Not that we've heard. We were only in there for like a day.
Couldn't tell you.
She shrugs. Yeah, you'd have to ask the locals, but I think it was mentioned at some point when I was talking with their captain of the guard last.
Fun. Well, we'll find out when we go back after we've gotten everyone out.
Have your spies
That's right.
been able to...
Why we came here in the first place?
Find some reagents. Yeah, I think that's kind of been. I think we've got something more important has slightly come up.
Well, still, we should probably pick it up. Head back over to the temple and pick it up. Let's go find the high priest and give her the note.
Nice. About the stuff for Cherry.
So,
Oh god, this list is so fun. The chat's pretty funny. An evil grocery list? Oh, that's right. That's why we came here in the first place.
Yep.
Well, basically it is, just less evil.
Well, you never know. She could be evil.
It's possible.
The
High Priestess
Necromancer.
of the Sun Queen, clearly.
So what is on the list?
Cure Light Wounds potions, couple of wands,
yeah,
potion
it's
stabilizer,
like
assorted
assorted
regents.
magical reagents for potions,
A vial of Virgin's blood.
Things, stuff.
like 10 pounds of Eyes of Newt, that kind of thing.
yeah.
As well as the nice little passive-aggressive threat of if this isn't delivered in a reasonable amount of time, I'm going to find another supplier.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's not passive aggressive.
Okay, the highly aggressive threat then.
Oh, I'd say it's quite
Yeah, we
correct.
Reasonably
Good,
aggressive.
we tracked down the gnome that Cherry wanted us to give this to, and
Unless he's down with the zombie horde, in which case we don't track him down.
Casey.
Turns out
I
he's the
had a
necromancer.
character for this guy. Just a second.
You gotta remember what his name was.
Yeah, pretty fucking much.
Find him in the list of 1,000,000 names.
oh,
Yeah, sorry, I didn't start taking notes until session 2, so I couldn't tell you.
Notes?
Well, whatever. I'm gonna make a new guy.
What?
yes, Paul, add to the ever-growing list.
And then you're gonna find the old character after we're done here tonight.
Really, Uris?
Probably.
Secret.
Choo choo. Okay, so you ask around a bit, roll a diplomacy check to gather information.
Okay.
Hey, look,
I'm
could
totally gonna
do
roll diplomacy.
somewhat intelligently.
I roll.
4.
Yeah.
So area asks around a bit, and a few refugees
Being helpful.
say that they last saw Mr. Whizfizz in his shop over on the far side of town, and he was busy driving off the zombies with a apparent ample supply of bombs.
Fun.
Good time.
No, it's a fun guy. We should go
Alchemists.
find his shop and pay him a visit, see if he's still holding out. And if not, loot the place, because zombies aren't known for taking up magical items. Loot the place in the name of justice, of course.
So, it was over by the temple, right?
Let me pull up the town map. Of course, I have nothing fucking marked on this, so. Yeah, it is kind of in that area, actually.
So that I remember that was one of the reasons why we were going to see if the guy was still alive over in the temple.
He was not among the people in the temple.
All right. So I guess we could go back in the sewers and head over.
And what exactly is your plan for getting past the solid wall of zombies around the exit?
Well, hopefully they've gone off somewhere else since the refugees are all gone.
Or, out two flies, or if we only got one fly, you got two, they could just fly over, like fly from here to the shop.
That sounds suspiciously like splitting the party. I love it.
Yeah.
Split the
but
party, that's a
seriously, if
great
you do
idea,
that,
yeah.
I'm probably just going to have Area and Wild do like a solo session while Heaven and Skull do something else.
I'm fine with that.
It's also like 10, so I mean, I'm pretty much ready to end this whatever.
Yeah, I think with splitting the party we can end it here. And
Yeah.
sometimes
So
we
you're
just
going to
find
send
time.
Wild Wind and Area off to go.
Yeah.
And actually, let me just write this down.
Hopefully they don't find any pigs
Don't
or zombies.
split the party. All caps. Strike through.
Okay, so we're gonna end here tonight.
Yeah.
You guys fought a giant rat.
Rat swarm. It's kind of all we did tonight was fight the rat swarm.
Pretty much.
Basically.
And explore.
And walk back and forth across the map like twice.
So yeah, thank you for watching, and tune in for the next episode. Well, don't tune in obviously because this isn't TV, but you know what I mean. Watch our thing.
Okay,
You know,
you
you-
guys
Happy to be
get
entertainment for you all.
Don't just watch it. Share
475
it.
experience.
Make your friends watch it. Force them to watch it. Smash their face against the computer
26,
screen,
25.
screaming, "Watch it! Watch it!" until they watch it.
That's close to
Okay,
you.
I'll go.
Good. So, how much experience do we get?
475
Each or to split amongst ourselves?
each. I have
So
no
it's
idea why
tra-
I would give you like
Oh,
Yeah,
2000.
experience split
Paul,
up.
Paul has never given us group experience.
Just